In 1976, the first permanently endowed scholarship was created at the UH Foundation to benefit students attending the University of Hawaii. Since then, providing access to higher education through private gifts has become a tradition. Last year, the UH Foundation raised nearly $13 million to support student aid accounts and paid out $8.5 million to more than 3,000 students statewide. These life-changing opportunities are made possible thanks to generations of generous donors like the Hayashidas, who believe in the power of education.
Carol and I were both born and raised in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and we're graduates of Roosevelt High School, so we're local products, and the University of Hawaii, both of us. I went on to get a master's degree from the University of Georgia. From there, we sort of left. I went into the Army and spent 20 years in the Army, and we settled in Washington, D.C. and decided to continue our careers there. I recently retired, so we decided to come back and try to reestablish our roots in Hawaii.
For the Hayashidas, reestablishing their roots in Hawaii has also involved reconnecting with their alma mater, the University of Hawaii at Manoa. They established the Carol Ann and Myron Hayashida Scholarship and are helping promising students like Kaipo fulfill their dreams.
I was born and raised here in Hawaii. I lived in Kaimuki but grew up in Waimanalo with my grandma and grandpa, as well as the rest of my cousins.
Even as a young child, Kaipo loved the ocean.
I remember looking through the tide pools at Makapu'u Beach or swimming at Mahukona on the island of Hawaii and learning from my cousins as well as my uncles how the ocean worked.
This love for the ocean, coupled with his desire to help create a sustainable future, has fueled his academic journey, but the path was not always clear.
It wasn't until high school that I kind of got serious in school and academics, and I was kind of a kolohe child when I was younger. I mean, I always wanted to learn, but still kolohe. When I had this amazing marine biology teacher at Kalani High School, and she really inspired me to go into the field of marine biology. And so I guess high school was a time of my awakening. It was when I became very cognizant of the human impacts that are affecting our oceans.
Kaipo's family supported his dream to attain a higher education, but like many families in Hawaii, their resources were limited.
I came from a Hawaiian-Japanese family, and Grandma always drove me saying, "You gotta work hard, education is the most important thing." And so I strove in order to attain all these scholarships.
For Kaipo and the other UH students statewide who receive support from private donors, scholarships make a big difference in their lives.
It allows simple things as being able to buy books that you normally might not be able to afford on such stringent allowance as being a student. It's difficult to hold many jobs besides a student, but just being a student alone is just a lot of work on its own. And it requires a lot of devotion and a lot of time. And so these scholarships allow us to venture into things that we're not always allowed to enter because we're not given this opportunity. But this is a grand opportunity for us to be able to not only, as I mentioned, buy books, but also to buy supplies for me, as in my dissertation research at Kahaluu Bay, Hawaii. I'm able to buy instruments or tools that I can use to help them assess the bay and its sustainability, and be able then to take that information and those gifts and convert it into something, into a knowledge base that I can pass down to the community or the future of Hawaii.
The donors who create these opportunities for our students to succeed feel immense satisfaction knowing that they are helping not only the individual students, but also creating new knowledge for the world.
And it's really about investing in our youth because we know that's where the future lies. And to see the kinds of scholarship awardees and the promise that they show, and to know that when they get all this knowledge, and in the case of the Coconut Island scientists, when they become scientists themselves, they may be actually adding to the knowledge. I mean, they may be creating new knowledge, and then they'll be sharing it with others. And I think that's the thing with us, is the full circle of knowing that people will gain knowledge and will share it.
It is this vision of inspiring others that drives Kaipo.
The biggest goal that I'd like to do is to inspire local kids to major in marine biology and retain that sense of, or revive that sense of sustainability, the sense of stewardship. I think if I can do that, then local changes will add up in a synergistic effect in order to impact the world globally.
Thanks to his hard work, determination, and scholarships, Kaipo has graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology and is now in the UH Manoa PhD program in Zoology with a focus in marine science. Thanks to visionary donors like the Hayashidas, promising students like Kaipo will help us build a more sustainable Hawaii and ultimately a better world.
I was talking story with one of the kupuna up on the Big Island at Kahului Bay, and he's been a very influential figure at this bay. And one of the things he told me that was truly inspiring was that he said that when the waves would break at Kahului Bay, when the sun would shine down on the waves, you could see the colors of the rainbow. And it wasn't because the waves were just reflecting all those different wavelengths of light. It was because of the different colored fish that were there. The fish were so plentiful. And that really made me take a step back and realize, wow, the world has changed. And it'd be an amazing thing to leave the world back maybe 50 years ago, how it used to be, where families could live off the ocean, where families could live off the land, and where individuals, groups, or anyone could understand the interconnectivity between the land and the sea, and how we have lost that value of the land and the sea, and to regain that sense of, like I said, sustainability or stewardship, I think would be one of the greatest things to ever happen.